Hey gang, James here. You're in the Movie Reviewers 100, one of the best collaborations on the planet, with 7 amazing guys. Well, 6 amazing guys and me. Well, 5 amazing guys and me and Ian. So, anyway, I like to take a shot when I can. You're right in the middle of H.G.Wells week, and we've had a couple great videos up so far this week on the channel. Maybe more than that. I know I've watched EJ's and I've watched Ray's. I think at the point that this is filmed, those might be the only 2 up. Al was going to, something happened and he's going to wait and post one later. And I think his video is not necessarily movie specific. He's just going to talk about the author and give us some information on him. So, that being said, we're going to go on to my movie. Of course, written and loosely based on the book, The Island of Dr. Moreau. Ian, I did this specifically for you because I knew it was a snapper case. You know, the one good thing about snapper cases was the inside art. They always had inside art. You remember the day when a DVD or, any movie came with inside art? They came with, like, papers that told you chapters. That was such a good time. Now they don't do that very often, and we don't have this nice, beautiful artwork in here. This, of course, is starring Marlon Brando, Val Kilmer. Let's see, who else is in here? David Thewlis, is that how you say his name? The guy from Harry Potter, the werewolf from Harry Potter. Basically, this is a movie about Marlon Brando trying to play God and create the perfect species with animal research. Here's a tagline on the movie: is through DNA experimentation, Dr. Moreau has upset the balance of nature. It's basically a movie about playing God. I've never read the book. I think there's not very many of his books that I have read. I have read The Invisible Man, but that's been a long time ago when I was in high school. This was, of course, special effects by Stan Winston, the late, great Stan Winston. Anybody that knows anything about special effects knows who he is. Of course, very popular with Jurassic Park, amongst a lot of other stuff. Did I like the movie? No. I felt it was stale. The werewolf guy from Harry Potter, who I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm sure somebody on here will correct me in a comment, please do. I'm not the greatest with names of people I don't know. I know him from Harry Potter. He was great in Harry Potter, but he's probably the only part of the film that I liked. Even the young lady from The Craft, who has a very odd name, Ferzia Balk. I don't even know how you say that. She's a very pretty girl from The Craft. I didn't even like her. Val Kilmer was just annoying. He annoyed the crap out of me. He usually does anyway. I'm not the biggest Val Kilmer fan. Basically, a boat is out getting supplies, and they find the Harry Potter werewolf guy afloat by himself in a boat, and it's full of blood. They know something's happened, so they take him on their boat to help him out, and one thing leads to another, and he gets stuck on the island with the promise that they're working on the radio to get him saved. Of course, that doesn't happen, and he finds out that this mysterious Dr. Moreau, who had been missing and presumed dead for years, is on this island. And the farther they go into it, the further they go into the story, we find out that he's actually been on this island splicing genes of animal and human DNA to make the perfect species. And through, trials, they've got so many wrong, and they've got this group of monster things, and it brings me back to The Simpsons, where there's a very good Treehouse of Horror with the island of Dr. Moreau that will make you laugh hysterically. Much better than this. And we find that Val Kilmer kind of like tries to slide into that role of the Doctor, and that's about all I'm going to tell you about it, because I want you to watch it. It is an interesting watch as far as I don't know, I guess you could consider this horror sci-fi. It's well, it actually says sci-fi on the sidebar when you're looking at it, but I think it could have been done a lot better. Like I said, I went into it with a bad attitude because I don't like Val Kilmer. I do respect Marlon Brando. There's not a lot of stuff that I like of his, especially this movie. This is the unrated director's cut, which I have no idea what that means, because I don't know if there was a regular cut out ever produced on DVD. I'm not sure if this is even on Blu-ray. I wouldn't even consider buying it on Blu-ray myself. But, you know, I'm really sorry it's been such a bad review of this movie. It's just not that interesting of a flick. It's, I don't know who I would have put in place of Val Kilmer, but I'm just not a big fan. There's very few, you know, his portrayal of Doc Holliday was good, and he did a movie called Ghost in the Darkness with Kurt Russell that I really liked. But, you know, I'm not a big Val Kilmer fan. So, going into H.G.Wells week, I had planned on doing the original War of the Worlds. And I couldn't find it. And I was going to ask the guys, to, you know, early on, hey, can I do this? I absolutely love this movie. That and the Invisible Man, but I knew somebody would take the Invisible Man because it's such a great movie. It's probably the best of the best. Well, I couldn't find my War of the Worlds. I knew I had Dr. Moreau. I had bought it at a pawn shop a couple years ago, and then I put that on our Facebook page saying, yeah, I'd like to do Dr. Moreau, and of course everybody said yay. And come to find out, I found my War of the Worlds afterwards, and of course EJ had already picked it by then and did an amazing job, better than I could ever do of this, and I'm glad he got it. I'm sure I would have butchered it, but the Invisible Man that Ray did and the War of the Worlds from the 50s are my two favorite H.G. Wells movies, and they're both very well done, and they're very much, you should watch those. There's nothing like a 50s sci-fi movie. I love that era in sci-fi and creature films for that matter. It was a good time for anything like that. So definitely check those two movies out. I think Ian is doing Spielberg's War of the Worlds, so check him out. He might already have it posted by the time you see this one. Well, he'll definitely have it posted by the time you see this, but I haven't seen it yet. But I can't wait to see it because I'm a huge Spielberg fan. And it's actually a really good representation of the movie. So, check it out. And skip Dr. Moreau. I mean, you can watch it if you want to, but you're not gonna hear me tell you to do it. So, until next time, guys, check out everybody else. This is the Movie Reviewers 100. Once again, I am James, and I'll see you next Tuesday. And every day on my channel. Later, guys.